What's up, Tempe? We just finished week 5. We're about halfway through the season. We're at the midway point, so let's talk about the second half, Jovan. We'll start with that. What do you think so far has been the biggest surprise in Tempe so far?
Biggest surprise, I would say, the top 3 teams, you got Tron 55, Game Over, and the Bulls. You know what? I'd say the Cali boys. They're not in the top. I don't think they're there yet, but they're the 4th. I would say they've been a big surprise, playing well, but they got some new additions that, it's helping them out a lot. But they're going to be contenders. They just got to, at the end of the games, they got to kind of figure out what they're going to do. So,
is there a team that you thought would probably do better that surprisingly didn't do as well? I think Brad Carroll, I feel like, was a team that I'm really shocked about.
They've only had 1 win this year.
Yeah, I think they're 1-4.
And they're probably the best 1-4 team I've ever seen. But a lot of guys ain't showing up. They just had 5 guys tonight, so it's kind of like if they had the original team they had week 1, week 2, it'd be different,
Or I think
Witherell, he didn't show up tonight. They need him to show up. Mike McCoy, when he's shooting well, it's good, but if he's not shooting well, Brad Carroll's not shooting well, there's no scoring. So that's what they lacked in the second half. I think they got tired. They were hitting their shots.
Okay, who's your so far first half MVP for the season?
First half MVP, Jarrett Williams. Jarrett Williams. He plays for Tom 55. He's played professional for 20 years overseas. You could just tell. He'll beat you off the dribble and in slow motion. Okay. But it's just the way he plays, because he plays with his head, not his ability to jump or how fast he is.
Okay. Who's going to finish the #1 seed going into the playoffs?
Game over.
Game over?
Yeah, game over. They haven't been challenged to the extent where they're struggling in the second half or something. But I think they'll still do well. And I don't think they'll lose this year. I think Game Over is going undefeated.
Thanks, Travis. We appreciate your idea. Thank you.
Yeah, Travis, he's gonna.
Hey, I want y'all to know right now, this was my idea with these chairs. This is called the Budweiser Hot Seat and Lifetime Fitness. I want y'all to know.
Travis.
Thank you, Travis.
You guys are looking good.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. It was a big win for us tonight, guys.
Yeah, it was.
I know I wasn't supposed to be interviewed, but while I'm here, let me tell you something. Tron 55 is here to stay. I told y'all that last week. We'll be back next week. We're going to win this whole thing. You heard me?
Okay, Travis.
Thanks, Travis. Appreciate it.
We appreciate you coming.
Hey, they stole my idea. Y'all some thieves.
Okay.
All right. Scottsdale or Tempe all the way this season?
Oh, Tempe for sure. There's not a. You know what? There's one good team in Scottsdale that Brett's team.
Yeah, we'll talk about them on Thursday with Bourne.
Yeah, I think that team's great. But again, if they're not hitting their shots, they're not doing. But they're gonna go to the finals.
Okay.
I think.
Just wanted to make an announcement for the All-Star game. We're gonna have Jovan select the starting 5 for Tempe. We're gonna have Bourne select the starting 5 for Scottsdale. And then we're going to vote in the reserves. Yeah, so I want to ask, are you guys going to get beat by 30 again this season or what?
I hope not. It wasn't supposed to go on. I was missing a lot of players last season. Yeah. Waylon didn't show up. A lot of my best players didn't even show up. So, I think this year everybody shows up. In Tempe, it's a wrap. Because is Nick going to be – he'll be playing for here, right? Or
we haven't decided yet. We'll figure it out, though.
Yeah, so, with the players I have, we'll take it. No.
Well, let's get started with this hot seat here. First question. You ready?
Oh, no.
This should be fun. You're on the worst team, but you like to talk the most. Why is that? Why do you talk so much trash?
You know what? I don't take things for granted, you know what I mean? So up and down the floor, I'm going hard. And a lot of people on my team don't. So it's like, well, I got to make up for it somehow. I got to rattle the team somehow. I get on some people's nerves during the games, and you see it. People. I've been in a couple. They're trying to get on me, and but I take it I take the game, offensive, so it's like, oh, you want to guard me? Oh, you don't want to guard, you know what I mean? So that's kind of how I route myself up.
Are the Jayhawks going to win a game this season? What did I say? Jayhawks.
Jayhawks. The Jayhawks, I don't know.
You guys have Splash Brothers, the Bulls next. Splash Brothers, Bulls, and I believe Brad Carroll. You get a win.
Not without a tough-minded team, we won't win a game. And I mean, our team doesn't play to its potential at all. I think heads kind of get, people get timid. People get, I would say, out of their game because mind games. You know what I mean? Not just playing the way, just playing ball. I think that's the reason why we haven't won no games because, people get a little rattled. I mean, it's just it's the competitiveness of the game, and some people can't take it. That's the reason. So I mean, if we get tough-minded and we play, we'll be all right, but if we're not, it's going to be a rough season.
Which NBA player does your game resemble the most?
Oh, man. My favorite player would probably have to be Carmelo. He don't play very good D, but I try to play good D. But you know what, Carmelo, I kind of like his techniques on his offensive side. So if it's obviously, I gotta say Melo.
Why is Ultimate Hoops the best rec league compared to all the other leagues?
Oh, because we run it. We run it, Don. You know what? I think it's just more organized. I mean, we got stats, up on the website all the time, videos all the time. I mean, interaction within all the players, everybody. It's so competitive now. I mean, I think overall, with stats, which is a big thing, everybody want to know their stats right after the games. With stats, videos, the tournament at the end. I mean, that's not a lot of teams do that. So I think that's why we got all-star games, stuff like that. So.
Okay. You have to pick one guy you could add to your squad right now from U-Hoops. Who would it be?
The guy that's averaging the most points.
Who's that?
Is that Nick?
Probably. I don't know.
It might be Nick. It's probably Nick. Yeah, I just need some scoring because we're winning. I mean, 2 games we should have won. Yeah. Ball out we should have beat. And who's next we should have beat for sure. Cali boys, we were in that game too. And we gave that game away. I mean, we're in the end of the games, but when it comes down to the end of the game, we're giving it away. We don't have no one that really wants to take command, as a point guard and, take over. And that's probably Nick.
Who's the most, this is everyone's favorite question, and we'll wrap it up with this. Who's the most overrated player and team in U-Hoops?
The most overrated team. That's a hard question.
This is your chance.
Shoot, that's tough. Who's the most underrated player? Who we got?
Question overrated. We'll do the underrated next.
Man, that's tough. Who we got? I don't even know.
Travis?
Yeah. You know what? That's a great one. Travis is the most underrated. He's overrated. He's way overrated. He plays within his game, but he's overrated.
He's got the biggest mouth with the least amount of game.
I mean, he's small, but he's a lot bigger because of his mouth. So I gotta say he's a little overrated.
Little Avery Johnson over there.
Avery Johnson. He had to get
All right. Who's the most underrated player then?
Underrated. Oh man. Danny.
Danny Dzedik.
I played him today, and he's a quick guard, and he's shifty. That's why it's kind of hard to guard him. I mean, he's not gonna cross you and pull up. He's kind of like, he's just shifty. You know what I mean? He'll go right or he'll go left, and he'll go strong, or he'll just stop on a dime and shoot. He's really good shooting wise. I looked at his stats, and I think he's shooting over 50% from the field, and from 3 he's shooting about 50%. So. I mean, and he's shooting a lot. I think he's averaging 30 points, like 20-some, almost 30 points a game. So,
did you think of the most overrated team? or no? What team is better or is not as good as their record showing?
It's not as good. Cali boys. I would say Cali boys. We almost beat them.
So
And we're the worst team. We almost beat them. We're the worst team. But I think their schedule wasn't real strong to begin with. They played ball out. They played us. They played.
It's coming though. They lost to the Bulls tonight, so.
They lost to the Bulls tonight. I mean, I wish them the best, but they got some tough matchups coming up, and I mean, if they want a good seed in the playoffs, they gotta play. So.
What's your favorite sports movie of all time?
Best sports? Remember the Titans. Has to be Remember the Titans.
Great movie.
Great movie. Denzel Washington's my favorite actor, so I gotta go Remember the Titans.
Okay, well, we're gonna wrap it up here, so everyone can get out of here. Any thoughts though for the last few games of the season, second half of the season?
My thoughts, everybody play hard. Give the refs a break. They got a tough job. They try their best. So.
You notice nobody complained tonight after all the blowout wins.
Oh yeah, you don't get.
But when teams lose, they want to complain.
Yeah, when teams, I mean, I've been on that side of the ball too. You barely lose by 3 points. The first fingers gets pointed to the refs. One call could decide the game, but they got a tough job. So, I think we got good refs, and they try their best to make the right call. So, that's probably all I'd say. And show up for your game, so we can get some good matchups and stuff.
All right, well, thanks, guys. We'll see you guys back here next week.